The third factor is called social stratification. Now, social stratification is going to dictate a person's class or status within a culture. Now, when you talk about business, this practice might mean that you're going to value members of managerial groups more highly than members of production groups. In other words, you're going to treat the CEOs, and you're going to treat the managers better than if you were to treat some other groups that are in charge of production or in charge of distribution or in charge of cleaning. And there are three important factors that are considered when you talk about culture and business in terms of social stratification. The first one is education, that it's in a sense it refers to preparation and competence, and we can see that in some cultures such as the Japanese and the United States, the more educated and the more well prepared you are, then it will give you a better position in a company. It will give you an opportunity to escalate to higher levels because you are well prepared. Now, in some other countries, it's more oriented toward the social connections you have. And there's a phrase that it says, it's who you know, not what you know. So in other words, what this phrase means is that sometimes you're not on the position because you're the best at it. You are in the position because you know somebody that placed you there. And in some societies, this phrase it's done more often than in others. So we're gonna try to see throughout this course how does the Canadian, the Italian, and the Chinese culture treat each other regarding to this particular phrase. Now, in terms of gender, when you talk about gender, you are referring to how equal is the relationship between men and women when they are aspiring for a job. Now, in some countries, you have the same possibility of having a better job if you're a woman than if you're a man. For example, the Canadian society. But in some others, like is the case of Saudi Arabia, for every 13 men that are employed, only one woman is employed. So it's if you talk about gender equality, you could say that in that case it's really not there because it's a very unique way of stratifying gender. So what is important for you to remember about this third factor is that education, social connections, and gender are some of the factors that are going to influence the social stratification of the culture you are going to visit. And it's quite possible that you're going to have to learn this on your way when you're there, because it's something that it's more perceived once you are inserted in the culture.